He's been brilliant for so long. While he was in secondary school, Ufa Memorial Grammar School in Urumi, he was the best in the whole of Esan, if I'm not mistaken, for mathematics.
Wow. Mathematics bridge.
It's a pleasure, Enabosi, to have him here today to speak to us. Please
Yes,
put your hands together for Dr. Ellis.
Enabosi. Woo! Great, man. Good to see you, doctor. Your Honor.
The President, Dr. Enabosi, of this highly efficient Esan Association, the Nigeria Minister of Health, Edo State Commissioner of Health, the host president, Ms. Mary, the leaders and members of this great association, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr. Ellis Enabosi. Some of you might know my father, Sir Bordelon Enabosi.
Yes.
We are from Afuda, Ewoyi,
Okay.
Uromi, Esan Northeast Local Government, Edo State. I am a proud Esan man. My grandfather was Sir Benjamin Enabosi, also known as Ben Bossy, aka Akpatakiti. My grandfather was very passionate about improving and enhancing healthcare in Esan land, that he was a pioneer in bringing clean water to Uromi. So you can see that the passion for enhancing healthcare runs deep in my lineage, and it feels like a godsend for me to be able to be here today. So thank you to everybody who made this possible and who thought about bringing up this great initiative. Usually when I speak, I like to speak objectively, basing my opinions on facts, since everyone has an opinion and everyone's opinion could be different. Now the fact is, the life expectancy of a Nigerian man is 20 years less than it is of a man in the United States. That is, there's a 20-year life expectancy difference based on where you live. Living in our place of origin should not result in reduction of life expectancy. So while preparing for this speech, I endeavored to get various data that are specific to Esan to really understand what's going on ground, because similarly in the medical field, to be able to solve a problem, you really have to understand the problem first. So in my research, I try to get specific data which are usually available in other sides of the world, such as death rate for motor vehicular accidents, maternal mortality rate, and those from cardiovascular diseases such as heart attack. Unfortunately, most of these data were either not available, or if they're weird, there will be discrepancies. That is unacceptable, and that has less to do with availability of resources, but more about practices. So every issue that we're having is not just money related. Please note that a lot of the deficiencies that I will be expounding on today are not limited to Esan, Edo State, but to Nigeria and Africa in general. These deficiencies are also not limited to healthcare, but also to other aspects of Nigeria's political and economic sectors, such as agriculture, infrastructure, and education. I would like to ask everyone here today if someone could tell us what they think is the most common cause of death in adults Esan today. Okay, somebody said hunger or poverty. Okay, malaria, good.
Blood pressure.
Blood pressure, okay. Diabetes, good. Ignorance, yes, lack of education.
Unhealthy eating.
Very true, unhealthy eating. But I don't think if we can change that, I don't know if we can tell everybody to stop eating pounded yam yet, and, but we can work on that. Okay. So yes, all of the mentioned causes are actually real. Somebody mentioned poverty, but is poverty a disease?
No. A disease? No, it's not.
Could be, okay. Or should poverty be a disease?
Shouldn't be.
No, it should.
Okay. No, it shouldn't be, to answer your question. So part of the initiatives that I'm going to be proposing today will be ways to endeavor to reduce that. Because of what I stated earlier about getting specific data, which could be having various discrepancies because we don't do a good job of collecting data so far, but more than likely the most common cause will be cardiovascular related diseases, including stroke. And funny enough, not long ago I had a neighbor from our family that gave me a call, and they were telling me that he had an in-law who's having heart problems, having shortness of breath. I was able to get some vitals from him, and I was able to tell that he was having irregular heartbeat arrhythmias. And the clinics in Esan have done as much as they could, giving medication to try to help his condition. But it was at the point now where he needs a interventional cardiologist that would perform an ablation where they would use energy to scar parts of the heart to try to block some of the abnormal electrical pathways. Unfortunately, he couldn't get that in Esan. What was even more disturbing is that there were no direct referral programs so that we would know the exact places that have it to transfer the patient to. If you cannot solve his problem, try to take him to a place where he can immediately solve his problem. So I did some research from here, and I was able to find a facility that I called in Lagos that claimed that they have all the equipment that they need to perform the procedure. So I told that to my neighbor, and they told me that they were going to look into it and try to get it done. So there were some delays, and I got a call a week later that unfortunately he passed away. So this seems to be somewhat of a similar. I have a few stories because I keep in contact a lot with friends and family members from back home. Just like MC had spoken towards, we usually do a lot of events. We usually always 2 or 3 times a year where I go back. And so I get a lot of stories similar to this that are occurring in our land. The main reason why we lost that neighbor of mine is because we don't have intensive or critical care present in Esan today.
Lagos had.
That can be debatable. Some facilities do have a lot of what it takes, the medical equipment to provide critical care. But yes, as this pertains to Esan, sometimes they could have the equipment, but they might not have power. This power could be electrical power. The power could be